breastfeeding is one of the most effective ways to ensure child health and survival. However, 2 out of 3 infants are not exclusively breastfed for the recommended 6 months. In today's episode, our guests will educate us on exclusive breastfeeding and some nutritional components of breast milk. Welcome to HealthLink TV show. This show is proudly sponsored by Serene Insurance, Live Strong campaign by Nestle Ghana, Royal Aroma Fortified Rice, New Frital Sunflower Oil, and Vital 20 Immune Booster. Let's go for a break. When we come back, we'll start our discussion on some nutritional components of breast milk. In Conde Stella J, I'm a midwife and at the University of Ghana Medical Center and the host of HealthLink TV show. So, we are going to have a discussion about the nutritional importance of breastfeeding, and I'll be doing this with a guest from the Health Directorate, Hohoi Health Directorate. He will educate us more on the reason why you should breastfeed Devi Esia and the importance of you breastfeeding Devi Esia. So I want to tell you that this program is sponsored by Live Strong campaign by Nestle Ghana, Royal Aroma Fortified Rice, Serene Insurance, New Frital Sunflower Oil, and Vital 20 Immune Booster. Later in the show, I will explain all that I've said, and we'll be asking questions. If you're able to answer the question, we have packages for each and every one over here. Aside from that too, I have something special for my sponsors, for you guys, okay? All right, once again, thank you so much, and I want to use this opportunity to welcome our guest, Mr. Carl McAfee Agbito. You are welcome on HealthLink TV show.
Thank you.
Let's just go straight to the point. What do you mean by breastfeeding?
Okay, thank you very much. And then I welcome everyone, especially our pregnant women, and then expecting mothers. When we say breastfeeding, what we basically mean is that feeding a baby or feeding an infant. And this has become something very fundamental. Animals that have breasts are able to breastfeed their younger ones. Likewise, as human beings, we are also expected to breastfeed our children or breastfeed our babies when we give birth to them. So the breast that a woman has, that act or that process of giving that to the child to be able to suckle milk out of it, that is what we mean by breastfeeding.
Okay, so in case a mother, I don't want to use technical word, but then squeeze breast milk into a cup and use spoon to feed the baby, is that one too breastfeeding?
Yes, that is also breastfeeding because sometimes we have certain challenges. So it is expected that the mother can express the milk into a cup and feed, either with a cup or feed with a spoon.
Okay.
That act is also breastfeeding.
Now let's come to the most important aspect of this discussion. What is exclusive breastfeeding?
When we say exclusive, it means that giving only the breast milk to the child.
Okay. So in case a mother is breastfeeding or giving breast milk and the mother adds water to it, is that one too exclusive breastfeeding?
At that point, from the 0 to 6 months,
okay,
it doesn't become exclusive breastfeeding.
It doesn't become exclusive breastfeeding. Okay. So I think a lot of mothers are having this issue. Mostly on the world, they will come to you, my breast milk is not coming. My breast milk is not coming. As a nutritionist, what are some of the food that induces breast milk secretion?
All right. So with my nutritional knowledge, breast milk production follows a certain process.
Okay.
And then the brain has to be in a relaxed mood.
Okay.
When there is stress, it becomes an inhibitor or something that will prevent the flow of the milk. But then, at this point, when the mother is able to eat well, a balanced meal, is able to eat. Usually we promote 4-star diet. The mother is able to eat from staples, able to eat from the protein sources.
You need to break it down, because just give a practical example like banku, fetridechi, what's the name?
Palm nut and
so give a practical example.
I'll come to that.
Okay.
Yes, I just want to lay the foundation.
Okay.
So when the mother is able to eat from these food groups, and usually they will find it in their maternal and child health record book.
Okay.
When they are able to eat from those various food groups, it should be able to help the mother so that breast milk production will now become easier. Usually, we say when the mother is able to eat palm nut soup with some fufu or banku, it will help with the breast milk production. But breast milk production actually comes from certain hormones in the body, which will enable that. So when the mother is able to eat well, it will just aid that for the mother to have energy and then be able to provide the requisite nutrient that the body needs. And at that stage, when the mother has a sound mind, breast milk production should flow. Even if, that's why you see that mothers who are even, excuse me to say, mad, they'll be able to breastfeed their children.
All right, so it doesn't mean that you need to go and get some huge fufu like azidechi and the cow meat, goat meat in order to get a lot of breast milk, right?
Yeah, those are myths around breast milk production. Breast milk production should flow naturally. But we encourage the mother to eat well and healthy. Then the mother will be healthy to be able to continuously breastfeed and be able to replenish the nutrient stores. That's what the food the mother will eat does. But because we have that in mind that when a mother is able to eat maybe palm nut soup, then the breast milk production will set in. So when that mother takes that food, because psychologically it feels when I take that food, it should help. The mother is relaxed now, then it flows.
All right, You mentioned inhibitors, breast milk inhibitors, or something that prevents secretion or the flow of breast milk. Can you name can you give us some practical example of those breast milk inhibitors?
So usually you realize that mothers who go through CS, they find it difficult to do the breastfeeding. And one of the inhibitors from the mother or from that process is stress. Sometimes there are certain inhibitors, I don't want to mention the technical name, to encourage the flow of the milk. When the mother is not relaxed and that stress is there, it prevents the flow of the milk. So the mother finds it difficult. Unless the mother overcomes that, then to pain. When the mother is also in pain, it inhibits that for the flow to come. But to mention specific inhibitors, then unless otherwise, perhaps the mother is on certain medications, especially in relation to cancer, then that could prevent the flow actually from coming.
All right. Viewers, you are watching HealthLink TV show, proudly sponsored by Serene Insurance, Live Strong campaign by Nestle Ghana, Royal Aroma Fortified Rice, Vical 20 Immune Booster. Let's go for a break. When we come back, we'll continue our discussion on some nutritional importance of exclusive breastfeeding. Welcome back. We are watching HealthLink TV show. Before we went on break, we were discussing exclusive breastfeeding, breastfeeding itself, and some breast milk inhibitors. So now let's talk about the components of breast milk. I see nutritionists promoting exclusive breastfeeding. What at all is in breast milk that, like, you guys are promoting exclusive breastfeeding?
All right. So in breast milk, we have fat, we have protein, and then we also have lactose, which is a type of sugar, which will give energy. So this lactose is a simple sugar that's expected to give energy. Then the proteins form a lot of things. We have antibiotics, we have antibodies, which will help the child to grow.
All right, so why do you keep telling mothers and expectant mothers and breastfeeding mothers to breastfeed their babies for the period of 6 months without adding water?
Yeah. So we usually promote the exclusive breastfeeding because the milk is a complete meal for the child.
Okay, so it contains water.
It contains water.
Okay.
There's water in it. It's about 90% water.
Wow. Okay.
It has protein. It has antibodies which will help the child to fight against diseases.
Okay.
And then what it also does is that it goes to line the gut of the baby.
Okay.
And then make it stronger so that the child can now tolerate other foods.
Okay.
Then what it also does is that it will be able to help the baby grow healthy, and baby will be able to gain the appropriate weight we expect that child to gain.
Okay.
So those are the benefits the baby is expected to get.
Then let's move to the mother. You've already mentioned that of the baby.
Yeah, so the mothers, for the mothers, the benefits are enormous. I will point some few.
Okay.
One, when the baby is breastfeeding, it helps in the contraction and for the uterus to go back. I know some mothers who are breastfed will feel that for the first few days when they are breastfeeding, they feel that sharp pain within their uterus. That's one. It also helps reduce the risk of certain cancers like the cervical cancer and even breast cancer.
Wow.
Then it cuts down costs economically for the mothers. And it also helps to reduce the risk of certain other disease conditions. So with the mother, it also increases the bond when they are breastfeeding. That's why you see that most children are more attached to their mother. So it increases that bond. So those are some of the benefits the mother is expected to gain from doing the breastfeeding.
All right. My last question before we move to the question and answers segments of the program. When will you encourage a mother to start breastfeeding and end breastfeeding?
Thank you very much. Usually, we encourage mothers to start breastfeeding right from the day of delivery, the moment of delivery, which we term early initiation. Within 1 hour, we expect that our midwives, our doctors, or health workers around the delivery at that time support the mother to early initiate breastfeeding.
Okay.
Then from that time till 6 months, it's supposed to be exclusive.
Okay.
Then continue to 1 year and then 2 years.
2 years.
After 2 years, the mother can stop the breastfeeding.
All right. You've been doing this health education for a very long time. What do you think is a challenge to the mother when it comes to exclusive breastfeeding?
Some of the challenges. Some mothers are new, so they don't know how to position the baby and to attach the baby to breastfeed.
Okay.
The position is very important. And then likewise the attachment, the position and how the mother will now attach to the breast. It's also another challenge that we face with new mothers. But the mothers who are practicing, they overcome such. Sometimes to the perception in the society that feeding the child with other foods are better and the child will become plumpier and the mother will become more happier. Those perceptions are some of the challenges. Working mothers, the environment is not that conducive for mothers to send their babies and have breaks to be able to breastfeed their children. So those are some of the challenges we encounter as practitioners when it comes to the breastfeeding. And we are working around the clock to see how best. And I think the Health Link program today is one, educating the numerous mothers we have here.
Yes.
To be able to have good knowledge on doing the exclusive breastfeeding.
Exactly. Well, before we move to the questions segment, what is your last advice to our nursing mothers and our expectant mothers here?
Our final advice to our nursing mothers and expectant mothers is that exclusive breastfeeding from the 0 to 6 months is very, very important. Then they are expected to continue up to 2 years. They should not get scared to want to breastfeed. If they have any issue, we have professionals, we have doctors, we have nutritionists, we have dietitians that they can get in touch with who will help them. But then I just want to encourage them to breastfeed your child. Put the child to breast. Animals do, so why not we humans? Let us also give the breast God has given us
to them. It's
feed
not
our
for the
children.
fathers. Medekuku, breast is for the V, not instro, Esia. Okay.
Merekuna nyebe TV. Ye view we man no the card and you bani no the kakwa.
When you give birth to a baby, and the baby is only suckling one, sometimes one, you have to check your health or the kind of pomade you use or the perfume you use. Some of those things prevent the child from taking one breast. Then two, perhaps there could be an issue or there could be a medical issue with that breast. So you need to seek a medical consent. But if you check all this, it's not with regards to your pomade, your perfume, or any medical issue, then you would have to encourage the child. You have to be putting the child to that breast as well. When he refuses, put to the other. You do like that over and over, and the child will get used to it. But usually, it means that there's a challenge or there's a health issue with that.
Bajida vie metio, he magajida yoma, he ak titiala nuadi, tukuyala nuadi, alaba azu force ba matwena kami, he matwena kubana magblan. De yamba bianya ba o ma via wata no noa.
Usually we encourage that you continue breastfeeding the one that has come, but whilst you are pregnant, you've conceived and you are pregnant, you continue breastfeeding the elder one. But the moment you've delivered, then you have to stop and focus on the child you have delivered.
Okay. So I come to ask a question. If we are able to answer, one of our sponsors, Nestle Ghana, wants to give a very nice basket called the Iron Basket. So my first question is, what is the benefits of breastfeeding to the mother and the baby?
Family plan na yonuba ne enye vide na mia ovino deve no chila enana nu nyame na devie ne le na de dodo nu la devie wona la ekpona la me no na me feme ikebe dolele me diefu na kaba.
Enya. Okay. So let's clap for our sister. Dada, because you've been able to answer the question, you were a mother breastfeeding. You are going to need energy. You are going to need some kind of immune booster. Nestle Ghana is trying to promote the eating of iron-rich diets so that it will build your immunity. So because of that, they have a very big basket for you. Very big basket. Oh. And the basket contains a lot of iron products. So the basket contains red beans, it contains agushi, brown rice, kokrozi rice, then bambara beans. They've added one Maggi to it. It also contains iron. So when you go home, you prepare rice and beans. After eating everything, they said add vitamin C, which is orange or pineapple or mango to it. It will help in the absorption of the iron. It will boost your immunity as either you are pregnant or as a nursing mother. It will boost your immunity. So please, from Nestle Ghana, kindly come for this package of yours and go and enjoy.
Hold it, that's okay.
All right, Davi, Dada and Davis. Our guest said that there is something in breast milk that is important to the child. What is in breast milk? I want you to mention some for me. When you are able to mention, we'll give one basket to you.
Folic acid, protein, carbohydrates. Obete
3/4. It's okay. Let's just give it to her. She tried. Okay. So as a nursing mother, definitely you are not going to need some nutrients. You need to boost your immunity and also produce enough breast milk for baby. So because of that, Nestle Ghana said you've answered the question. you are going to receive a basket, and this basket contains iron-rich foods. That's all. So this is the basket. We have our eggs inside. The beans is there, the bambara beans, the red beans. We have the brown rice and the white beans and agushi. So after preparing your food, you need to eat orange. Orange contains vitamin C, either orange, pineapple, or mango. They all contain vitamin C. It will help in the absorption of the iron. So try and eat it very well in order to boost your immunity, protect you from certain infections, as well as your baby. Thank you so much, Davi. So before I leave, I want to remind you that when we were coming, some people supported us. One of them is New Frytol Sunflower Oil. Frytol is telling us that if you want to eat well, if you want to take oil, this oil will promote your heart health. How do you say it in Ewe? Good. There is low in cholesterol. So if you're going to the market to buy oil, kindly buy New Frytol Sunflower Oil. Also, Royal Aroma Fortified Rice supported us. This rice contains iron, zinc, vitamin B6, B9, B12. One good thing about this oil is the first fortified rice in Ghana. The only rice that contains nutrients. And if you wash it in water, the nutrient wouldn't be washed away. If you cook it, the nutrient is still the same. So if you're going to buy rice, kindly go for this type of rice. So thank you so much for joining me on HealthLink. Viewers, thank you so much for watching HealthLink TV show. Join me same time next week for another interesting episode. This show was brought to you by Serene Insurance, Live Strong campaign by Nestle Ghana, Royal Aroma Fortified Rice, and Vital 20 Immune Booster. HealthLink, everything on health.